Welcome to another edition of My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, we'll be one of the first to be notified. This morning, we want to look at two topics. First up, we want to look at a situation where a voice note is circulating on social media, and we're going to give you that voice note here, where a woman said to be the frontline worker in an island health sector that has been battling the COVID-19 pandemic has a breakdown of her friend who was abducted and robbed by unsuspecting persons after she boarded a would-be taxi in Kingston. She was held by these men for 4 hours in the vehicle, going around withdrawing money from her ATM, and other victims were also tied up and held in the vehicle as they drive around. I want you to now listen as we give you part of the voice note that her friend placed on social media. So it will arise your awareness and let you be very aware of these men that is going around. But the police also said that they think they break the back of that because recently they held 4 men in a black Toyota Axio, or I'm not sure the make of the vehicle, but a black vehicle, 7-seater, and they were held and taken into custody. So those were some of the suspected men that was going around and robbing people. But listen as this lady explains the encounter her friend had with these men.
Hi guys, I come to you to share this story of an incident that occurred on November 27th, 2020, as a means of bringing awareness to everybody as to what is going on. Not everything is being reported on the news, and sometimes what you don't know can really cost you a lot in the future. So let me make you aware as to what is going on. It has struck close to me now twice, and this time it devastated me even more because it's a friend of mine that's the same age and everything, so it could have happened to me. She went to take a taxi to go to work on the Friday, and around 7 o'clock at Harborview bus stop, a taxi came up, black, something close to a Noah, was a 7-seater, came up saying town, and she decided to go into the vehicle. Red plate, by the way. A gentleman was in the back with a woman, very cozy, and another man was in the front seat with the driver, and in that middle section there had an ex-man. She went in after the vehicle drove off. She didn't like the feeling she had, so she decided she wanted to come off. She asked the driver to let her off. She was met by a gun in her face to say she's not going anywhere. The other young lady in the back was also, then she realized that the young lady in the back was also crying, so it seemed she was also being robbed, or she's a part of the whole thing. They tie strapped her, put her on the floor, and used her face mask to cover her eyes. They took her cards, they took her phones, and they asked for the password. They drove around to several ATMs to draw money from her card. Remember, this is Friday after payday, and she is a frontline worker. So this is just really sad that the persons that are putting out to ensure that we're doing good or trying to help out the COVID situation, you're doing this to them. So they drove around with her from 7 to about 11 o'clock in the vehicle, and they were trying to pick up other persons along the way. And when they searched her They even at one point used her card at a store to do point of sale because, after a point, you can't draw any more money from the card. So they wanted to max out everything. They wiped her clean. All of her pay was removed from her account. Any money she had was removed from her account. And they picked up a woman that she decided she was just being very noisy, and they started to beat her, thump, lick, whatever was happening. She couldn't necessarily see what's going on, but she could hear what's going on. They threatened to shoot the woman, and I guess at this point, when they were holding the gun to her head, the lady stopped. There's an elderly woman, because they were advised, once they stop to pick up anybody, they're gonna draw the mask down to their mouth. They shouldn't look at them, the guys, and if they signal to anybody coming in, then they'll shoot them. So two guys in the vehicle had a gun. She was not seeing where she's going exactly. After they took her phones, after 11, they let her off at a location and gave her some fare and say she mustn't look after the vehicle drive. She must turn the other way after the vehicle drive off. Then she must go the opposite direction.
The other bit of news I want to tell you is that a Trelawney farmer chopped and killed one gunman who attacked him and attempted to shoot him in the presence of his common law wife. Is now being hailed as a brave man, which, of course, we ought to hail him for standing up and fighting for his life, because one way or the other, it was either his life or the gunman's life, and at the end of the day, he fought the battle and he won. The dead man has been identified as 34-year-old Sidane Galloway, otherwise called G-Dog, unemployed, of Mayfield District in Granville, Trelawney. And the police are saying that in the afternoon, the farmer, who was 45-year-old, and he's a charcoal burner, and his common law wife were on their farm in Green Park in the parish, attending to their coal pit when they were approached by Galloway and another man. Both men brandished handguns, and Galloway reportedly informed the farmer that he was sent to kill him. He then walked over to the couple when the farmer, who had his machete, chopped Galloway in his upper body. The wounded man and his crony ran off, but Galloway collapsed a few meters away, while his crony managed to escape in bushes. The farmer summoned the police. Galloway was discovered lying in a pool of blood with a chop wound to his neck. He was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. One resident in the community told the Star that the farmer is very brave for his quick thinking, because his actions saved his own life and also that of his post. The police have indicated they have identified the other gunman and is being sought. Well, great work by this farmer. You have no other alternative but to think quickly when you're in situations like this, and I guess he knew his only choice was to wield his machete, and he wielded it effectively, because this gunman, Sidane Galloway, told him he was sent to kill him. Now, what the police need to know is they say they have identified the other gunman, is to hold this other gunman and find out who was the person who sent Galloway to kill the farmer. And the thing that is dawning on me here, it is reported that both had firearms. And now the farmer chopped Galloway, he died. We haven't heard whether or not the other one took the firearm and left, or the firearm was recovered by the police. So maybe that's additional information that need to be divulged. But at the end of the day, this farmer must be commended, and he must be awarded a prize for gallantry, But at the end of the day, when your life is at stake, you have to think, you have to do, and that was his only option. And at least we can say we get rid of one more hoodlums off the streets in an unconventional manner, because most times these hoodlums are either killed by the police or their cronies. But to be taken out by a machete wielding farmer, I mean, is one less problem for the area of Trelawney, one less problem for Jamaica, one less problem for law-abiding people. So this farmer must be commended, and we hope the police will find the other gunman very quickly and will be brought to justice. And we want to find out who sent them to kill the farmer and why they sent them to kill the farmer. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, take care of the children, be safe, and always look out for a loved one, look out for a neighbor. This is my opinion.